Hi everyone, Captain Scorpio here with another instructional video on OBS. So, what I wanted to do here was to show you how to use the Move Transition plugin to animate elements of your stream overlay for either command or sort of channel points or by using exclamation commands. So, for example, let's see what I've managed to do in my own stream. So if we hit my hotkey here, you can see because I've got a pirate sort of nautical sort of theme to my stream, I wanted that boat rocking effect, which I managed to do. However, it took me like watching 3 or 4 different YouTube videos as well as reading about 2 or 3 different articles to kind of find out just how to do that. As the videos I was watching, they were kind of telling you what to do, but they were going through it quite quickly and they weren't really explaining what things were doing. They were just saying, oh, click on edit transform, get transform, do this, boom, that's you done. As opposed to saying why we should do that, okay? And that's what I wanted to sort of explain to you guys and how we can do that. So let's go to my Hades cam. So this is the camera that I use whenever I'm streaming the game Hades. And as you can see, I've got all my nice little overlay stuff here, there, and everywhere. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to move this out the way. And you can see we've got Move Transition 2.61, and this is by Exeldro. This is what we need. So we're going to click on that download button. You're going to download it. You're going to unzip it, and you're going to either install it automatically with the executable file, or you can copy and paste the bin and plugins folder into your actual OBS folder itself if you wanted to do it manually. Okay, so that's how we do that. And always remember that when you download any sort of OBS plugins, either make sure OBS is closed, or if it's not closed when you download it, make sure that you close it and restart it once you've installed, because otherwise it's not going to work. Okay, you always need to make sure that you reopen up whatever program you're using once you install something. Right, now, as for us, let's see what we're going to do next. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go, just for easiness sake, right, we'll notice if we go down to Hades, if we right click and filters, we see, well, I've got one that I've done here that I can show you later on, but I've not got that boat rock effect that I was looking for. So let's go to my adventure cam, right? And let's right click there, let's right click on, there we go, copy filter, select that, and then we'll go to Hades, and we'll click on paste filters. So now we right click, go back to filters, and we can see they're all there. Now, just to make sure these are all correct, I'm going to actually go through a step as if I didn't copy and paste them. I'm just doing that so we've got all the names and we know what they're doing. So Boat Rock 1. Oh, there we go. Boat Rock. Oh, there we go. Boat Rock 1 there. Want the game border. That's perfect. Okay, so let's make sure we've got the right source. Yep. Game border. That's fine. Cool. And we're just going to get transform. So what that get transform does, when we click on get transform, we're telling the Boat Rock 1 to say, hey, here's the position this part of your overlay is in, and this is going to be its position 1. So then we're going to go to Boat Rock 2, the dip right. So we're going to close that just now. We're going to right click on our game border, or you can unlock it and click on it. I just find it easier to do it because we've got so many stuff here. I find it easier just keeping it locked and right click here. And we're going to go to transform. I'm going to go to edit transform. Now I've got it moving from the center. So see this positional alignment here. You may find that when you change the positional alignment, wherever your image is, for example my game border, if I was to change it, it might shift over somewhere. Just move it back to where you want it once you've got the right positional alignment. And all this means is if I was to add a rotation, by clicking center, it's going to rotate, from the very center. Whereas if you were to click like top left or top right, it's like a picture hanging on a nail on your hallway. You're going to be hanging it from, the right, and it would anchor it from that point. So basically your positional alignment, that's a good way of saying it. Your positional alignment is your anchor point for where the rotation is going to happen. I want it in the center. And I'm going to make my rotation 10. So we see, there you go, we've seen it, it moves. So we click and close. We're going to go to Hades. We're going to go to filters. We're going to go to bolt rock to the dip right. And again, we're just going to click on get transform. So you can see already, like, it didn't really change much because I think we've already copy and pasted it, but we've got that rotation there, which is perfect. Okay. And what we're going to do is going to go back to, sorry, not back to there. We're going to go back to our game border. Going to right click. Going to select transform, edit transform, and this time I'm going to make it -10. So I want it dipping the other way. I'm going to hit close. And that's why I've named them as I have. So then we go back here, filters, that dip left. I'm going to click on that, we're going to get transform. So now that we've done that, we've got our center position, we've got our dip right, and we've got our dip left. What we do is just copy and paste that into wherever we want. So bolt rock 3, I wanted it to be centered, so that's going to go there. Bolt rock 5, I want it to be centered, that's going in there. There we go. Bolt rock 7 is the same, put that in there, and bolt rock 9 is the same, copy that in there. Because all I'm doing is I'm telling it what position it's going to be in for all these things, and because I want position 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 all to be the same, then bolt rock 1, wherever we got that transform from that very first position, we're just copy and pasting it into all those ones. Then we go to the dip right. So again, Control C, and we'll go for all the ones that say dip right. So we're just going to do dip right twice, and we just paste that in there. And the same for the dip left. We're just going to Control C and go wherever ones that say dip left there. And we paste that in. Cool. And that's us pretty much done with the first part. So we also, once we've done that, so we've got all the positions, we're now ready to tell it to start chaining. So if I click on bolt rock 1, I want to make sure, as you can see, well, there's the source there. Make sure you're selecting the correct source. You don't want Tartarus, my background. It'll always default the background. So make sure, or at least default to your first thing. So make sure that you've got it to the right thing. So we want that to make sure it's on the game border. I've set the duration for 1.5 seconds. Got the position. No change. And we've selected here. It's going to move on. The next move is going to be bolt rock 2, the dip right, and it will move on the movement's end. So it will stay still for 1.5 seconds, and then it will start moving. That's fine. We're just going to check all those. Yep. Bolt rock 3, yep, 1.5 seconds, bolt rock 4, bolt rock 5, yep, all the rest of it, cool. Yep, that's it, same, bolt rock 6, going to start in bolt rock 7, moving end, going to start in bolt rock 8, moving end, and we're going to start in bolt rock 9, moving end. Perfect, there we go. Now, what we want to do is make sure, and you just repeat that process. So I've done the same for my offline screen, and just to be sure that everything is correct, okay? So let's say we wanted, so to make sure everything's correct, let's do our offline screen. And in fact, what we'll do as well is I'm going to close that, and I'm going to do the game border. I'm going to right click that. I'm going to go to transform, edit transform, and I'm just going to put that back to normal because all we did was rotate it. We didn't actually move it anywhere. We'll close that so it's all nice and easy. Right, so go back in here. We're going to do it for our offline screen now. So I want to go to filters first, and we'll get that. So that's what 1, 2 is. So bolt rock 1 part 2 is the offline screen, as you can see. So let's get the transform for the normal position, and we'll just copy and paste that all in. And all the normal ones, and then we'll do exactly the same with the rotation. So right click, transform, edit transform, get that rotation, pop, and then clicking, so you can see it's hanging off now. So we'll click on that, and then, not click on that, we'll click on here. So once, again, just to reiterate, once you've moved it, don't move it back just yet. Always go to your filters and make sure that you've got that dip. So for me, it's that dip right 2. So bolt rock 2, dip right 2, offline screen, get that transform. There we go, there's a rotation. and copy that into whenever it dips right, which should just be twice. Close, and then we do it again, right click, transform, edit transform, and this time we're going to go to the left, so we're going to minus it. Click on close, filters, and then we go to left, get that transform, copy and paste, into the left, there we go, transform. Cool, and that should be that. So then we're going to go back to our offline screen, transform, edit transform, and just put it back into its original position, which is 0. Close that. Last one, we want our display capture. So again, and we just do it exactly the same, like even because we've got the position, so but just to go over it one more time, filters. So that's boat rock, what, there we go, 1.3. We don't want to, so see, it's got Tartarus there. We don't want Tartarus. We want it on display capture 2. And we're going to get that transformed. We're going to make sure these are all display capture 2. Oh, almost tricked us there, didn't you? So just bear with me a second while we do that. There we go. Display capture 2. Display capture 2. And display capture 2. So there we go. Done that. So in fact, even what we can do is we can just get transform here and just do that quickly rather than copy and pasting it, because it's all the same position anyway. And then we just do exactly the same, because I'm wanting to move them all the same way. We just again go transform, edit transform, rotation 10. There we go. Close that. And they've got a nice wee angle going here. Very, very trippy. We go to filters, and then we go to, where is it, dip right. So boat rock 2.3 is the one I've got. Let me just get that transform. Control C. Control V, close that, and then back to display capture, and we'll do it the other way. So transform, edit transform, and we just hit that minus to get it going to the left. Remember, minus is the left, without the minus, it's to the right. It's a good way of remembering it. So do that, hit close, and then we just do the same. Right click, filters, and anyone that's got dip left 3, they don't get transform. We don't even have to, like, you just even get transform, we don't even have to copy and paste. Up to you how you want to do it. So, hit close, transform, edit transform, and we'll just put that back to normal. There we go, and close. So, what we do now is to get that moving, is we want to create a hotkey. So we click on settings, and then we go to our hotkeys and go all the way down, so you can see our scenes are all at the side here. So you can see adventure camera like that. So let's go down here, and there's Hades there. So, and then we scroll down, you can see there's a Victory Fall. Here's the boat rock. So what I want to do is I'm going to hit Control Alt and H for Hades, and then we do it. So I'll do it for boat rock 1, but I need to do it for boat rock 2 as well. And I also need to do it for boat rock 3, because by giving them all the same hotkey, it's going to start all those movements at the same time. So I'm going to hit apply, hit OK, and now Control Alt and H. Oh, I've got it moving the wrong way. So I've done something wrong there. My apologies everyone, so I had to stop the video because obviously we made a mistake. I've put a little notice to explain to you, but as the words were saying, I put in the hotkey for the third movement of the display capture rather than the first movement. So that's starting at about halfway through rather than it starting from the start. But you know, since we've set it up, if I click on it now, see, there we go. Got it moving normally, just like that. And so that's how that's how you could get that boat rocking effect, but you can do different things. So I've done one which I still need to work on, but I've got a little falling effect here that I've got. Boop. Obviously you can see it flicking up, and we want to get rid of that flick up. We want to make sure that it's actually working normally. But I'll just show you again because it is quite a fast one. See, bump, bump, you know, and all I've got there is position 1's up here, position 2 is just above the webcam, then I've rotated it, and this time I've rotated it from the bottom left as opposed to the centre for the screen, and it will fall to the left down here and falls off screen, and then I'm trying to get it to rotate itself off screen to bring it back up here. Obviously I still need to work on that a little bit, but yeah, but that's the sort of things you can do. You can have things falling about the place, moving about the place. Like even with text, you might be able, if you were to input your name, you could have, as long as the letters were all individual text files. So rather than like creating a text and then writing your name, as we've got here, if it was just like for my name, Scorpio, if it was the S was individual from the C, you can even do a little animation of the letters falling for whatever reason if you wanted to do that. So it's pretty cool of what you can do with this program. You know, the imagination is boundless. But just to reiterate and go over it one last time, what you do, you select whatever scene it is that you want to add your sort of move transition or your sort of slight animation to. We right click on it. Oh, sorry. And then we hit filters. You add in your source, and for us, let's say it's a move source. Call it whatever. Click on OK. You select the source that you wish that you're going to use. It's going to move. Let's say we want to move our laurels. You can even put a start delay. You can even sort of give it a wee delay time of when it's going to, you know, start or not. The duration of the time it's going to hold in that position. So obviously with the position 1, you're not really caring. Get transform is getting the position it's currently in, and after this custom duration time, when's it going to do its next movement? And it'll do its, obviously you want to do it on its movement end, and next move is just what it's going to move to. And then again, you put in the second one, and you put, you know, you change it, however it's going to hold itself in that position, what get transformed, what your position 2 is going to be, and on you go. Okay, so I hope that explains all of that, and I hope you have fun. I can't wait to see what everyone's going to come up with. I'm pretty sure it's all going to be really cool, and there are, unfortunately, I've not done work, as I said, with any sort of spinning or like kind of like 360 degree stuff. There are videos on that elsewhere on YouTube, but yeah, for now, I hope this helps you, because I certainly know how difficult it took me just to get those simple effects. And from there, smooth sailing and happy streaming. And I'll see you all again. Cheers. Bye.